This is VJ Franz K. Here we have what is probably another world's first for the channel. A Tenori-On controlling the new Electribe 2. And actually, it makes quite a good pair. Let me show you how it works. Basically, the Tenori-On, as you may remember, sends out MIDI messages on channel 1 to 16. It goes through the MIDI cable here, out this dongle adapter, through the MIDI cable to the other dongle adapter here on the new Electribe, and then into the system. But basically, the 16 layers here control 16 layers here. It's a perfect fit. I was hoping to use these together. It looks like it will work even better than I expected. So we'll start over from 0 here, clear out the Tenori-On. Alright, so down here on layer 1, notice that on the Electribe this is part 1. So you can enter whatever you want here. And then it will play these notes. Yes, you can do chords. That's great. So we'll go to trigger mode. Change the different type of signal there. Notice that changing the instrument on the Tenori-On here does not change the instrument on the Electribe here. So you can set it how you want it, and then we'll be able to save a pattern that we like to receive the Tenori data. It'll run simultaneously with the Electribe's internal sequencer. It'll even record the notes off of the Tenori into the sequencer. See, it's firing in part number 2 there. Say this is too loud. The volume is controlled here. See if these notes, if the volume level on the Tenori controls the volume level on the Electribe or not. See, we'll try turning. It does. Yeah, it's sending the volume of the notes. So that's great. That means you can use this mixer on the Tenori screen as your mixer. Then how are we going to access these sounds here, which, you know, in the basic pattern, and we started from basic pattern on both of these. How are we going to use the drums? To access these drum pads here, and of course any of these can be drum pads and any can be synth, but you know, the way it's basically configured is with these drums down here. So what we'll do is we'll go up to layer 8. And notice that even though these are technically drum sounds, they still have a pitch, you know, up and down the scale. And yes, we can add the master effects, and that's really awesome. Because one thing the Tenori-On doesn't have by itself that we really kind of like, it didn't have as many effects as you might want to have. So here we are using, you know, the Electribe's voices, the Electribe's effects, which are quite advanced, quite cool. But we want some drum sounds. So here in layer 8 here, I'll set up some notes sounding. But notice this is in a different type of mode here. On our Tenori-On, we'll go to the layer menu, and we've already set this Tenori-On in advanced mode. And I have another video, and you can see on other websites and stuff how to do that. Once you're in advanced mode, you can change the mode of a layer. So we're going to change the mode of this layer from random loop back to the standard score mode. Do you really want to change the mode? Yes. Alright. Another thing that is great about these two machines is, even though I have the Tenori-On plugged into the wall right now, they both run on batteries. Terrific new feature of the Electribe. It was one of my #1 most wanted features, and they added it, so that's great. Now that we've changed the mode We're going to restart again. So, if a pattern is set to a drum voice, it won't send the octave. But we can change our drum sound here. So, say we want some snares here too. But once again, it's still in that mode. So we're going to go once again to the layer menu for this layer, and we'll also change this to the score mode. Yes, we really want to change the mode. And you know, this is your chance to create snare rolls of going up in pitch if you want. Going up in pitch or down, it's popular in trap music, that type of thing. You know, also shift and MFX, and we can change this to a different, add some nice cool loopy effects. That part of the fun of the new Electribe, of course. Here's another tip for you. You can toggle this on and off, and it will do that pattern, the last setting that you had on Motion Effects. But say I'm playing this along with my now notice the sync between these two is not exactly on sync, but as long as everything is sequenced on the Tenori-On, there will be no timing hitches. There may be timing differentials between the two otherwise, but we've seen that with other devices and the Tenori-On as well. While I'm still arpeggiating, I can use this button here. Here I am giving away one of my best tricks already, but there it is. You can use that for the IDM type change-up. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to control these pads with just a single layer. Maybe that's possible. Haven't figured that out yet. This is one of my favorite modes with the Tenori-On is the bounce mode. And here we can use that too. There, we're getting a nice sort of polyrhythm type of pattern there. Can, of course, change what sound is in this pad. That's kind of cool. Suppose I want to record this into the Electribe sequencer. Let's try this. We'll record this pattern. Record. You can start to hear a discrepancy here between the sync of the Tenori-On and other things. We have seen this before with the Tenori-On's timing being a little different than other MIDI devices it's hooked to. But you notice we're getting around that issue by not using the Electribe's internal sequencer, using only the Tenori to sequence the Electribe. And like I said, they do make a great pair. I'm going to start using them together at shows. Because, you know, 16 layers, 16 pads, or 16 parts is what they're called in Electribe terminology. So, sounds like we've got a stuck note there. But you notice it did record the bulk of what was being sent into it. I'm going to write this to 211. Yes, it was 210 to Tenori-On. It's a pun. Now that is saved. And you notice it didn't quite get the complexity of this part either. VJ Franz K with another world's first. Tenori-On controlling Electribe 2. And, this is sort of a silly, annoying pattern right now, but it's just a proof of concept, and we'll do something much more interesting with it as time develops. But I just wanted to show you it is possible, and it is worth doing. These are two instruments that I like to play, and I'm glad that they play well together, actually. The previous Electribe series didn't suit the Tenori-On quite as well, because, you had to plug it into the wall, and also the parts didn't correspond as directly here, but I hardly had to do any configuration. Basically, both of them in their default settings just work. And it's delightful when that happens. Don't you wish that happened more often? Anyway, definitely something to take into consideration when you're designing hardware and software. And I would like to work on Groovebox's software and things like that. So let's make it happen. VJ Franz K. This is the high-tech lifestyle, and we are living it to the fullest.